The world abounds in change through man's ability.
You gotta warm them up before they get cummed on.
Otherwise, it's sharking, and you shouldn't do that.
Welcome to Foulcast, everybody.
Oh, God.
You know I'm cutting everything out, but before you said that, right?
My name's Josh.
I'm Ken.
I'm Doug. I just got an email from the president of the company that I work for. I had asked her, like, I'm working on our old laptop that we sent to Apple to get fixed. And then it came back, and she was having issues with it still. And I'm like, okay, so I did get it. Like, I got, like, the OS installed on it and everything, but it's doing a couple of weird things. And I'm like, are these the issues that you were having before? And she just got back to me and was like, it just totally shit the bed last time. All right.
That helps.
She said nobody could get it to do anything before. It was just dead.
We got a
progress.
ticket today that person on the street found one of our laptops
What?
and brought it into an office.
That was nice of them.
Yeah, it was.
I assume we have it remote managed, so they couldn't do much with it.
No,
anyway.
it's totally encrypted. You can't even get into
Yeah.
it if you don't have a username and password. But here, we tracked it to the doc. It was the doctor's laptop, and here I guess he put it on the roof of his car and just zipped on off to work and didn't realize. He thought it was still in his car, and it must have sat on his roof for like half the drive.
It sucks bad enough when you do that with your coffee.
Yeah, right.
Had he realized that it was missing?
No.
When they found it?
No, he thought it was in his car.
He was just like, I must have left my laptop out in the car.
Yeah.
Actually. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Were you able to recover?
I don't know. I heard about it. I didn't do anything with it.
Well, the queen is dead, boys.
Queen is dead.
The Queen is dead. Dad, long live fucking Prince Charles.
Yeah, for like 20 years. At best.
You know, they used to say, like, the king is dead, long live the king. But when
I
it's
never
changing
understood that.
genders, would you say the queen is dead, long live the king? Because that feels like...
That would make... Yeah, it does sound a little sexist, doesn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, she's dead. This guy's where it's at now.
Yeah,
Before,
okay.
it's when they're both king, it's
Yeah.
just like an equivalent thing. You're
Yeah,
just like, okay,
you're
well,
right.
that king's dead, but we have continuity here.
I guess if you say the new king. But, like, even then, it's like he's 73. Like, he's not going to long live nothing.
Yeah, no. I mean, the queen was, what, 96?
Yeah.
96.
She was the queen for 70. She became queen when she was 26.
She became queen the year my mother was born.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Your mom's 70?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I guess mine's 60.
I wouldn't have pegged Bev for 70.
I wouldn't have pegged Bev at all unless she asked me to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You don't do
considerate.
that. Yeah.
I like Bev.
I think Bev would have to peg you.
Oh, true. I guess that's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might be able to figure it out.
I think if you
She's
do
smart.
it with an actual dick, it's just anal.
Yeah, it's just fucking at that point.
That is interesting, though. Where did the distinction between pegging and fucking come in?
Yeah. I guess really the only distinction is that you're using a fake dick.
That's homophobia.
Right.
It can't be called... You can't be getting fucked by a fake dick. It's got to be something totally
You're getting
different.
pegged.
Yeah, it's different. It's totally different.
Oh, I think getting fucked sounds better than getting pegged.
Like, if I put a fake dick over my dick and I fucked you,
Ooh.
would I be
Like,
pegging you or
over
fucking
it?
you?
Like a real thick condom?
No.
Well,
Like
I mean,
the
where do you
strap
draw
on
the
is just
line?
pushing my
Okay,
dick down.
okay, right.
Okay, because I'm saying, like, where do you draw the distinction between a condom and a fake dick then? Because a condom's just a really floppy, thin, fake dick. So technically, if you're using a condom, you're pegging, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a condom is just like a limp dick, really.
Yeah. A limp latex dick. Or sheepskin.
Yeah.
Some people have allergies.
I mean, if
We'll
you're
find that one out.
No.
if it's a solo operation, but you're using a fake dick on yourself, are you pegging yourself, or is it just What is it?
What is
Is
that?
that? Is
Okay,
that
so
masturbation?
That's just masturbation.
If I bent over and shoved a dildo up my own ass, right?
Yeah.
I would call that fucking myself.
Which is
You
masturbation.
know what I mean? Like,
But it's a
Yeah,
fake
right.
dick.
If you jerked off, you wouldn't be like, yeah, fuck myself. But if
I'm
you
not
pounded your own
I'm not
butthole,
pegging my ass with this dildo. I'm fucking my ass
yeah,
with this dildo.
yeah, right. Yeah, you didn't like when you jerk off. It's not like, oh yeah, I fucked myself. No.
So does it have to be somebody else doing it to you then?
Yeah, it's
But
if
not with
somebody
a
else
real
is
dick.
doing it to you with a fake. I think it has to be a woman too. Like a guy.
Welcome to the pegging episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
This is the episode where the queen died. Of course, we're talking about pegging.
I couldn't peg Doug. I could just fuck Doug.
Right.
Yeah, I
right.
think so.
Well,
I think
if you used your dick.
But he just said it has to be a woman that
I
pegs.
Oh,
think
it has-
I think it's a
oh.
gender thing too.
Mm.
Because
Like-
there
well,
again.
I mean, and not to be like transphobic either. So like somebody without a penis.
Yeah, correct. It has to be from somebody that does not have the necessary equipment to do the job. They have to
They have
wear
to
the
rely on a
equipment.
prosthetic.
Yes.
Do they have to be wearing it?
I think so
Could you
because
peg somebody manually?
I don't think so. I think it's like a fuck thing.
It's all in the
like
hips.
it's you got to be
It's like Happy Gilmore.
yeah, exactly. It's all in the hips. Carl Weathers. I think the distinction is you're getting something pounded up your butt by somebody that doesn't have a dick.
Yeah, I feel like at that point we don't need that word anymore. It's too specific. Like the end result is the same. Like if Josh were to put a strap-on on,
Mm-hmm.
it would be the same as if Casey put a strap-on on.
Because my dick's the size of a vagina, basically.
Well, I mean, like to the peggy, the result is that you're getting the result is that you're getting
True.
a strap-on up your ass.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not saying that it's completely equivalent. I'm sure that Josh and Casey would have different styles of. I'm gonna call it lovemaking.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I bet Casey could fuck an ass better than I could fuck an ass.
I can't speak on that. Because you've never fucked my ass. I don't know. She has more experience with it. That's probably the main difference.
Yeah. You know, practice makes perfect.
I don't know about perfect. I got experience with a lot of things, but yeah, this episode should be called Pegging and oh yeah, the Queen died.
Where do we go?
The queen is
from
dead.
here?
Long Peg the King.
Peg the King. That's a Russell's album right there. Wrong Peg the King.
God peg the queen, or God peg the king.
Yeah.
God Peg the
God
King.
Peg the. I know.
That's
like,
an album cover
yeah.
for the ages. I'm gonna go up and like design that album
Okay.
cover when we're done here.
Oh,
I know
boy.
somebody posted that in our work chat, and the first reaction was a surprised reaction, and I was like, just gonna close the work chat because I'm gonna piss people off. Like, why are you surprised?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you even? She was 96.
Yeah.
She's in double overtime at that point. Like,
So much borrowed time. She's got like 3 mortgages on that shit. Yeah, no, it's not at all surprising. I mean, everybody dropped everything they were doing and flew back to whatever castle she happened to be dying in. Like, they all knew it was coming at any moment. They were ready.
it's like a weird, like, they didn't like. All they did was just walk out. They had some of the guards walk out and hang a little piece of paper in a frame on the fence.
And just like, yep, Queen's dead.
Yeah, they were like, Queen passed away peacefully. And then they,
Surrounded by family.
yeah, and then people like came up, and that's how the news spread, I guess.
I mean, there are announcements too.
Yeah.
Like, I was reading an article before they announced that she had actually died about like what the plan is when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because you knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah,
As soon
'cause-
as they were like, she's in critical condition and the family are flying in.
Like, you gotta figure it's been 70 years since the ruler died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So their protocols are pretty old.
Yeah. 50s. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The equipment that they use for it is called the Rats at the BBC. It's like the radio announcement something system, but they also refer to it as the Royal About to Snuff It. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That thing is not in. I hope they keep it up to date. It's like the Rats. Yeah.
I mean, it is literally Cold War era technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was probably the last update.
They test it. They were
sure.
talking about how most staff at the BBC have only ever heard it in operation through testing, if they've heard it at all. The vast majority of people who work there have no idea what it even sounds like. I guess they found out today.
Yeah.
Pip pip cheerio. Yeah. The Queen is dead. Alert. The Queen is dead. Carry on your day.
I don't understand.
Toodle Pip.
I never understood the fascination.
With the royal family.
Yeah.
Only 2 sugars in the tea today.
In memory of Her Majesty the Queen. I had 3 sugars in my tea today. Fuck her.
Fuck that old bitch.
I mean, kind of, yeah, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's enough support in the UK to get rid of the monarchy, but like, it's getting there. Like, especially in like Scotland.
Yeah, it's not very popular.
Yeah. Among like actual like Brits, they're generally like the majority of people are still in favor of keeping the monarchy around, but like,
It's just like, it's a title.
You can't rely on Prince Charles to be like, let's not do this anymore.
Yeah.
But like, if eventually somebody was next in line to succeed to the throne, then you just be like, okay, coronate me. Now I'm dissolving the monarchy.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way it's going to go anywhere.
Well, it's a huge, like, I was reading an article that said basically the reason they're still around is tourism. It's a huge tourism boom for the country. They make a ton of money off people just, I want to go see the king. I want to go see the queen.
It's like we were talking about a week or two ago. It's not that they're powerless,
Yeah.
but they've only got that like one
One
use.
power. Yeah.
And then
You get
very
one shot.
quickly,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, you're powerless now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fucked up that everybody knows that there, but here, the president decides, well, I'm the president, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And we don't close that loophole. We're just like, yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah. That's right. That's what happens.
Better be careful who we elect next time, or not.
I mean, it's because everybody wants that power.
Yeah, everybody thinks they can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the people who would be closing that loophole are eyeing their own run at the position in 8 years.
Yeah.
That's why we need to bring out the pegs.
Yes.
Yeah, public peggings.
For all politicians.
Yeah, like, you can do all that
Public
heinous shit.
politician pegging.
Yes, the PPP. You can do all that heinous shit you want to do and, like, try, like, yeah, sure, President Dickhead, you can steal nuclear documents, but you're just going to have to get publicly pegged. It's a pretty good deterrent.
Yeah. We're going to get Rosie
especially-
O'Donnell.
especially
Until you
for
get
the
the
shit-
most fucking degenerate leader you can up there, who just loves getting his
Oh
ass
yeah,
fucked.
yeah, right.
yeah.
And, well, think about how that would change the worser of our parties because they're so anti-homophobic and anti-homosexual.
Yeah, but that's only because they secretly really like getting pegged.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
right?
I opened fire on the border today and wiggles his ass at the camera.
so they.
Oh,
well,
what a naughty president I've been.
I built more of the wall, Daddy.
like they would have to. I mean, the most that like fucking shithead Tom Cotton. I'm sure he loves getting pegged.
Tom Cotton.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
look
that
at
guy.
that.
Oh, I hate that guy. Hate that guy so much.
Sounds like a literary character from
Fuck
like the
that guy.
20s.
Oh, he's awful.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't he?
Who the fuck is Tom Cotton?
He's like an Arizona senator. Oklahoma, maybe.
Oh, man.
He's got a fucking huge Adam's apple.
Ooh.
Really doesn't like gay people or anything cool.
Anything. None of the stuff we like.
Yeah.
He's super against all of that shit. He didn't even like Cancer Slug.
Fuck that guy. Really fuck that. I can't. He's just one of those guys that I'm just like, yeah, as soon as I saw him, I was like, I'm never gonna not want to punch that guy in the face.
Yeah, somebody could fuck that guy to death with a dildo and I wouldn't care.
No, not at all. But like, one of those hardline guys, they're never gonna come out and flat out say like, yeah, I kind of want to get pegged.
Yep.
So eventually the party would dissolve into them electing another president that would do whatever they wanted or whatever, thinking he would do whatever they wanted, but it would be a guy who's really into getting pegged. And they would be doing all this heinous shit, and he'd just be there in
like the stocks.
Yeah, in the stocks, just getting pounded like 8 hours a day.
What would you throw at him instead of Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know. What do you throw at somebody who likes getting pegged?
Used condoms.
But that's just gonna make him remember all the peggings he got, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's liking it though. I don't want to make him feel happy.
I think you just let like a wad of paper towels soak in a jug of piss for about a month.
Yeah, I don't know. He might be into that too. You know, there's not this hypothetical person that we're talking about.
Right.
Like, I don't know if there's anything that you can do to them at that
No,
point
not
that
really.
they wouldn't be into.
No, like they're
into all the kinks.
Yeah, they're getting their favorite thing done to them. There's nothing you can do.
Throw fucking caltrops at their face.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, those little bang snap things that you used to get for the 4th of July.
Oh, that's
little paper things.
That has gotta be a kink.
Oh, it definitely.
I bet.
has to be.
Somebody,
like when they hit
getting
your
those
skin, they generally don't pop. You have to whip
right,
them pretty hard.
yeah.
But
Well, just like somebody has to be into like fucking while other people throw those poppers around them.
ooh.
Right in. Let us know if that's
Yeah.
your thing.
What is it, fartingaround@gmail.com?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
How fucking primitive are humans? Like, I'd be like, how stupid are people to enjoy those little popper things? But you know what? When I was a kid, I fucking loved
They
throwing
were the
some
only
poppers
ones.
at
They were
the
the only
ground.
ones I was comfortable with because there was no fire.
Yeah.
I was not a fire.
There's very little danger. There was just
Yeah.
going to be little rocks everywhere when you were done.
Exactly. I did not like the possibility, like sparklers.
The
Did not-
sparklers could fuck you up.
Yeah, did not like the fact that there was fire that close to my hand.
Yeah.
And
call
no
that
like
reasonable.
barrier. Like, give me a sword, like the handguard or whatever.
You're holding a handle that doesn't have the flammable material on it, but it's made of metal.
Yeah, it's
Made
getting
of the
hot.
same metal that the shit's
Yeah.
burning on.
Yeah. That's reasonable to me. That is a sensible fear.
Oh, the fear is reasonable. I thought you meant sparklers were reasonable.
No.
Okay.
Anytime you're
Yeah.
holding fire, something can go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we used to get Black Cat firecrackers from Saturday's Market, and I would pick them apart. But the thing about firecrackers is there's only one slow fuse. All the other fuses are quick fuses, so that they all pop around the same time. So we'd take them out, light it. You have 1.5 seconds to get that thing out of your fucking hand. And a bunch of them just blew up in my car once while we were driving.
Quick finger check on Doug.
Right? No, it was Jay. I'm pretty sure that was Jay in the back seat, fucking around with the firecrackers, and he was just like, "Oh fuck!" and tried to throw them out the window. Actually, threw them in the door well. So I look over and there's my door exploding.
You remember like the bang bags or whatever they were, where you squeeze them and then they.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that.
Those
one.
were horrifying.
Yeah,
They get real hot too, wouldn't they?
I never held on to them that long.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have either.
You were the daredevil, man. With your quick fuses,
Yeah.
I never fucked
your
around.
sparklers.
I never fucked. Yeah, I never fucked around with. I like the snakes.
Snakes.
The snakes are kind of cool.
No, I didn't like the snakes.
Snakes are kind of cool because
They made a mess though.
yeah, they made a fucking mess.
Uh,
But I remember.
Oh man, if we were in charge of like throwing a 4th of July party for someone, it'd be so fucking
Oh.
dull. They would be
It would
so
be the same as any
disappointed.
other time we hang out.
yeah. They'd just be like burgers.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? We wouldn't blow anyone up.
No,
so.
exactly.
You might blow someone.
Might pick somebody.
Might beg someone. Or fuck them in the ass.
Yeah, depending.
Or
Like-
get
Yeah.
fucked in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Our 4th of July party is we're just getting to the bottom of begging.
We've invited you all here today for a very particular reason.
This is an intervention
I
of
didn't
pegging.
I didn't fuck with firecrackers or any of that shit on my own.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. But one time did you ever go down in the Med Ed? The abandoned Med Ed building?
No.
Okay. There's a path, right down where you used to live. When you lived by Jay.
Mm-hmm.
You know that on the corner there, that baseball field?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go down and like jump a fence or something and follow the water, that takes you all the way over to the abandoned Med Ed building.
Okay.
And Tony was obsessed with like going in there sometime. And I'm like, I don't want to go in an abandoned building, especially one that was a power plant and who fucking knows what's in there. But then we were hanging out with Keith Bonte, and he was like, "Yeah,
Oh man,
I'll
that
take you
fucking
down."
name.
Yeah, I know. He was like, "Yeah, I'll take you down there," and I was like, "I'm not going in."
Have fun, guys.
Yeah. So I went down and stood watch, even though like whatever, nobody's coming around. So they went in, and Tony comes out. He's like, "Oh, it's the most amazing place." Like he fucking walked into Oz or something.
It's an abandoned building.
Yeah. It was. He was like, "Oh,
Tony.
it's as cool as I thought it would be." I was like, "Okay, great." And then Keith was like, "I have this," and what was it called? It was I think it's called a Saturn rocket. I think.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, like just whoop out of his back.
By the way, I have some explosives.
Yeah, didn't know he had it.
Alright.
It was like a brick of firecrackers or whatever, but they were thick as fuck. And it was like what you were talking about, whereas one fuse going into it was just a souped up version of that. And
like made out of like M80s or something.
something, yeah, it was like
Jesus.
really thick. And he, I don't know if it was illegal or not, but he said you couldn't get it around here. I don't know.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Long story short, this is where the Bruce Springsteen song "The Day Med Ed Burnt Down"
Yeah.
came from.
Is that a song? Oh, okay.
So he
Like
liked
it's Bruce Springsteen. He might have wrote that song.
now. Remember, I'm standing watch, and these fuckers are gonna light off firecrackers. Like, yeah, man, he set that thing.
Nobody was coming until explosions
Yeah,
started happening at
exactly,
the old
exactly,
Med Ed building.
exactly. He sets this thing off, and like we think it's gonna be one loud pop, because I didn't know fucking anything about it,
Oh,
and it was like, boom, boom, boom. Man, I hauled fucking ass. I left them. We caught up later that day. I was gone.
I never saw either of them again.
Nope, I was not fucking around there because I was
FBI showed
yeah.
up and carted them off.
I was already stressing about like, oh, I'm gonna get arrested for trespassing because I jumped this
Right.
fence or something. Like,
And now clearly illegal.
yeah, now we're
firecrackers.
like, oh my god, what's next? Are we gonna go beat a homeless man to death or something? We're a bunch of outlaws.
It's like, okay, now that the firecrackers are done, I've got this heroin.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
want to get lit? Not lit. That's not what happens when you do heroin.
And Med Ed baseball field was something, man. That was the place to hit dingers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the field when I read Horns. That's the baseball field I imagine. Everything in that. Whenever they were out in the. I forget. There was like a hill or something they were sliding down.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I imagined it.
Anytime I think of a baseball field, I always just think of the Lions Club and Trips Gardens.
Really?
No.
Kiwanis for me.
Oh, okay.
That's the one right in going into High Spire, right? Or Royal.
Yeah.
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 That was my home field. That's where I hit my game-winning double.
Shops Gardens had a big outfield.
Yeah.
That Med Ed outfield, that wasn't too deep.
So that's why you're hitting dingers out there.
Oh, I never actually did. I just got close.
Well, it's like the informal you,
Yeah.
meaning other people that aren't us.
right.
Meaning people that could hit dingers.
Yeah.
I think I homered once.
I never did.
I got on base once.
Oh, I did too. I get hit by pitching quite a bit.
Oh, that never happened to me.
Yeah, I got hit.
I hit the ball one time and made it to first before I got tagged out. That's the only time that ever happened. Coach bought me a chocolate-covered banana at Dairy Queen afterwards.
I got on base.
Twinkies.
I got on base from walking because I had a real hard time keeping my eyes open when I swung. Kind of important. I got hit a couple times. I got maybe a single here now and then, but the only time I actually got a hit that I could say I actually squared up and hit the ball, I got a double off the fence. That was nice, man, because my grandma was hanging on the fence.
See, I was a real good hitter for a while, and then we played a game against the team that had the kid whose uncle pitched for the Braves or something, and this kid threw fucking hard. I forget his name, but he threw fucking hard, and he had no control.
Is that the kid?
Oh no! And he was a pitcher?
Yeah. And Kanoy. Yeah,
that
was the
fucker.
team.
I know who exactly.
Yeah.
We beat them in the finals the year I played. That guy was terrifying. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
yes.
I think it was his uncle that played for the Braves or something.
Damn.
I forget. I know he had some kind of family.
And mind you, I never got hit. But when we were playing them, that guy fucking whipped it in there, and he nailed Jeremy Folkrod's hand. And I saw fucking Folkrod's finger, and it was just crooked.
See, I thought you were gonna be his hand just turned into red mist.
No. As soon as I saw that finger, man, I got the fucking yips or whatever they call it. I'd get up there and I would stand as far back from the plate.
Yeah, that
as
kid
I
had
could.
no control.
I'm not trying to win this game. I'm trying to survive it.
Yeah, that guy. We beat that team. That's the team we beat to win the championship. Whatever year we played.
Oh man.
I can't. I didn't. I don't know. I wasn't. I went to creation instead of going to the Game 7.
No, that shit flat out ruined my baseball career. Because it didn't matter who we played against. I always just saw fucking Folkrod's dislocated finger in my mind. I'm like, nope. If that ball comes anywhere close to me, I'm stepping out. And when you step out, it's a fucking strike.
Yep.
So you just strike out. Up until that moment, I was a good fucking hitter. When they gave us the stat sheets at the end of the year, I was still a top 3 hitter on the team. And that's after pussying out for half the season.
Wow.
Yeah. It just completely fucking ruined me.
You.
Yeah. He was wicked, man.
He had no fucking control.
Yeah, he was wicked in it.
He struck people out by scaring the shit out of them.
He was probably throwing in the 80s.
I'm telling you, man. That was high fucking heat.
For a kid, it was probably high 70s, low 80s is where he was thrown for fourth.
That's
fifth,
insane.
No, a middle schooler.
High 70s, low 80s is pretty good for high school.
Yeah.
Probably pretty good for college.
I mean, this is my recollection, so it probably wasn't. But
yeah, I mean, in our head, he was throwing 90, 100
Oh, yeah.
fastballs, but
he was throwing 100 miles an hour up in the zone. It was
he fucking threw hard.
I was gonna say, it sounds like he wasn't in the zone.
No, he was wherever. Yeah, wherever.
Wherever it went.
Wherever.
As long as it was going there fast, he was fine.
Kanoy, yeah, man.
Kanoy, yeah, I know. As soon as you said hard, I was like, yeah, I know exactly who he was talking about. That's probably the year, around the year or two after I played when you did that, because I only played 1 year, but I remember that fucker.
Yeah, that was the only year I played.
I played 1 year Little League.
Yeah.
I played a year of T-ball before that. I never got on base playing T-ball either. I used to strike out in T-ball embarrassingly frequently. Like if I hit the ball, it didn't go anywhere. It was usually foul just because it fell on the ground and it happened to be on the other side of the foul line. But even in Little League, I couldn't hit and I couldn't throw, but like, man, I could also not catch at all.
That was my I
I couldn't do shit.
It's
or
really,
run. Like
nothing.
I was bad at literally everything
nothing.
you have to do in that game.
I think they had high hopes for me because I was at that time I was the biggest kid on the team. Like the fucking my socks didn't go the stirrups. You could see
big doesn't mean athletic.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, oh man, Kenny's he's gonna be a power hitter. And it was like they one practice. They were like, put him in right field. Put him out there.
See, I don't get why you put the worst kid in right field though, because like when the ball does go to right field, it's like it's real crucial that you get that ball quick.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's
because you need to get
triples.
it to first.
Yeah, that's balls that snake down the right field line. That's triple territory.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I mean, usually it's not going to right
yeah,
field
exactly.
anyway, but.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was so. We must have had a lot of right-handed hitters because I feel like I was out there almost every game. So I couldn't catch
left-handed hitters were the ones that ended up in right field most of the time, and I remember there being an inordinate number of left-handed. They had high hopes for me just because I batted.
Yeah, same with me. Well,
they're like, oh yeah, you'll shag him out to right field, and I'm like, yeah, I'll shag him to the first baseman. Is what I do.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you're a left-handed power hitter. I was like, I am, aren't I? It took one pitch, and I was like, I don't like that shit flying by me at all.
Now, what's this thing coming at me so fast? That's
not a
okay.
fan. That's a little too fast for me. Slow it down.
And then every time it happens, somebody behind me yells something.
Yeah, this old fucker back here.
This is very inconsiderate. I'm trying to bat here.
Yeah, he's like yelling and grunting and adjusting himself all
Let
the time.
him throw 7 or 8 of them by me. Maybe then I'll have the courage to open my eyes. Until then, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't give a fuck about baseball at that point. And then I got invited to go to a major league game, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
It's fun to watch.
I love, yeah, exactly. It's like this is a blast. Like I had a blast, and then like I got into baseball then. But at the time when I played, I didn't give a fuck, and I just like I said, I just wanted to go to creation.
Yeah.
MXPX was playing at the Hershey Field Stadium. Had to be there for that. So, and they were like, "Come on, man, you got to be here for our winning game." And I was like, "Nah, I don't think you need me."
That's all right.
Yeah, I don't think you need me.
My mom tried to tell me at one point, because the subject of playing in Little League has come up in conversation in the years since, and I said something about having played like 1 year of T-ball and 1 year of Little League, and she was like, "No, you played for several years." Or was it? It might have even been that she said that I never played T-ball. I only ever played like Little League, and I'm like, no, I very distinctly remember striking out repeatedly playing T-ball. So like, I definitely played T-ball and I definitely played Little League.
Yeah.
So there was more than one season involved. But I was like, I don't know why you guys signed me up for Little League when I couldn't hit the ball when it was sitting in front of me, let alone speeding at me. And my mom was like, you begged us to sign you up for Little League. And I'm like, I guarantee you I did not.
Yeah.
I was a fat little autistic kid who wanted to read Lord of the Rings. I was not asking you to sign me up for baseball. I don't know why you think that was the case now, but it was
I know.
not.
I got signed up because my aunt talked my mom into. He should play. You should
play a
get him.
sport.
You should make him play a sport.
Just be glad it was baseball and not soccer.
Oh fuck.
Baseball, at least half the game you get to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and then within within the past 10 years at some point, once I moved out and got a good job, Tina, my aunt, had the balls to say to my mom, like, he's doing so well because we got him into baseball that year. And mom was like,
what?
No, he's not.
What job was this that you had at the time?
It was my current job.
So, yeah, he's in IT now because we got him into baseball.
Yeah, right. He's succeeding in an IT career because he played baseball 1 year and skipped out on the game where he won.
He played baseball one year and didn't really enjoy it very much.
Exactly.
That's why he's doing so well.
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous.
You built so much character that year because you kept doing a thing you hated.
Yeah, man.
God. You know how you can tell you're from Middletown though is when you land an IT job and people are like, "You're doing so
yeah,
well."
right.
Like it's not like any of us are rock stars, but like, I think we're doing okay
Yeah,
from Middletown standards. Though.
exactly.
I was looking at rental properties yesterday, like just after I came home from work because. We've got that big ass CRT in the kitchen, and like it's a pain in the ass. It's just in the way, but it's a really nice like Sony one, and we don't want to get rid of it because when we buy a house, we're gonna want to have a CRT for laser discs and old video games.
As you do when you buy a house,
like you do, you want a CRT, yeah. And Casey had mentioned like that's the kind of thing that would be nice to have like a storage unit for.
Yeah.
We had a storage unit for a little while, and we didn't really use it for much of anything, and it was expensive, so we closed the lease on it. And I'm like, it would be cool if we could have like a workshop kind of area, so that we could have that, store some stuff in it, but also get like a glow forge or something.
Yeah.
Because this house could not accommodate a glow forge.
No, not at all.
Not even a little. So
I mean, if you buy the $5,000 air filtration unit or whatever it is to go with it,
even then it might kill the birds. So like I'm not doing that. You can put it out the window, like the exhaust, but those things are not small. So basically, there's no room for it here.
I'm gonna buy the fuck out of one someday. I definitely am.
Oh yeah.
I just got to come up with an idea that I can sell with it.
But I was looking at places to rent, and like, there's not a whole lot around here for like spaces that are like that where you could just use it. Like I'm like I would set that up. I would have like a place for like 3D printers, and I just leave them run. And I would like to have like a 4-color screen printing station, and like maybe a small like conveyor belt fed curing dryer. So I'm looking at the properties just to get an idea of like what's in the area and like what it would cost, because like I can't afford that right now anyway. But one of the places that I found was just somebody's garage in Middletown. They wanted $200 a month to just use their garage for whatever you want in Middletown. I'm like, okay, so nobody's driving to Middletown to use your garage that they're paying $200 a month for, and nobody in Middletown can pay you $200 a month for your garage.
Yeah, that's our pegging room.
Oh, yeah. Going out?
Yeah, I'm going to Poop Charlie.
Oh, right. Okay. See ya.
See you
Yeah.
I got a notification on my phone on Tuesday night, and it says Poop Charlie. And I'm like, well, that's not one of mine. Hey, Casey, what's this on our calendar? It says Poop Charlie, and she's like, oh, I need to go take her girlfriend Abby's dog Charlie. She needed to go take him out for a poop because they weren't in town. And I'm like, okay, so like, you need to go take Charlie out to poop. And she's like, yeah, but like that we refer to that as I need to poop Charlie. They use it as a verb, like a transitive verb.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna poop Charlie. That's not what that means. Get a lot of really funny notifications on my phone because of her calendar entries. I should start keeping track of them.
I like the idea of the workshop.
What I really would like to have is a makerspace.
Yeah,
it's available
like
for
that.
like a lot of people to use.
Yeah.
I would be willing to like be the person to like maintain the equipment too. Like I do the upkeep on it. But like it would have to be a situation where like that could be my job.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do that in addition to a full-time job.
Yeah.
But I looked into setting something like that up as a nonprofit. Boy, oh boy, that's a lot of fucking red tape.
Really?
Oh yeah, setting up a nonprofit ain't easy.
Oh yeah, you're not.
I think it took VidJam a couple years to become a nonprofit.
You're not getting tax-free.
They're not just going to give you it tax-free status.
Yeah. Now, if your religion is 3D printing, maybe you're onto something there.
Oh, that's true. They do give you that immediately.
Yeah.
As long as you're a denomination that the state recognizes as a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Automatically no taxes.
we 3D print a lot of crosses, and you just like
Yeah.
buy a printer, and we have 6 printers. The 7th one just prints crosses.
You should just call it Christ is Lord Makerspace.
Yeah, that's all you would need to do.
And they're like, oh, so you're a Christian makerspace?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, it's a ministry.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Boom.
And people come and just be like, do you have to be like religious or something? No, that's for tax exempt status.
Yeah. We do sell ska dogs though.
You know damn well we sell ska dogs. And that's another thing. If you're a church,
Yeah.
you don't have to get like a license to serve food. On
No,
premises.
you can just.
You can sell ska dogs to anybody you want.
Yeah, I don't think I had a license for Kool-Aid at Jonestown. They just passed that
Yeah,
shit out.
and look what happened.
You don't have a Kool-Aid license.
That's what happened. That's why they were gonna get shut down. Kool-Aid Taxman was coming to town.
Oh God! Bust through the wall with his clipboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
You can't run from Big Red.
Is that the
Yeah.
one that they shot tanks into their building?
They what?
One of the cults. Now I heard this from Bill Hicks. So he talked about there was one of
Were
these.
there tanks?
There was like alternate footage where he.
Oh, that was the Branch Davidians in Waco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, no. Jonestown,
That
they
was the
committed suicide.
Nikes. Jonestown was the Nikes and Hale Bop and all that.
No, that was
Yeah.
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
you're getting your cults all mixed
I
up,
am.
man.
I got
Jonestown was
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones is called in.
In South
Guyana.
America, was it Guyana?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they ended up giving everyone poison Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Okay.
Running
There was a
around
really
killing
good
whoever
documentary
didn't
about
drink
that.
it.
It's like a couple of years ago. A documentary came out about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Imagine being
It
the
was
guy
good.
in the cult. You're like, yeah, Kool-Aid. Then
You're
everybody's
right.
dead. And you're like, oh shit.
I think they had shot. I don't remember what he was with the government. Was it a senator or something
Yeah,
who had visited the
came
place?
down to visit, and he had a favorable opinion of the place
Yeah, but
until.
they shot him while he was trying to leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's the end of Jonestown.
Yep. Well, they're coming for us. Everybody drink your Kool-Aid. Fun fact: they did not, in fact, drink Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid.
Yeah.
I love that bit of trivia. I fucking love that. Because you know what? Flavor Aid was a treat in our house. Kool-Aid was the norm. Flavor Aid was a treat because I always wanted the root beer flavor.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, it's non-carbonated,
Right.
but it still tastes like root beer. What?
Was Flavor Aid on? Was that the poor people's?
Yeah, kind of.
I still.
It was about the same price.
to this
honestly, but-
day, I still joke with Mimi about the time we were sitting around and she said toaster pastries, and the conversation kept going, and I was like, "Your poor is showing. I know what you're talking about. We call them Pop-Tarts around these folk."
Was she talking about Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, she
Because
called
they
them
always
toaster
had
pastries.
those. They always had those like flaky toaster pastries, with the
With the
little
icing.
packet with the icing.
Those are good.
Mm.
Yeah.
We got some of those like a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, just wild hair kind of thing. We're like, let's get a pack. They went way too fast.
You know what
We
is
can't
not
do
good
those.
nowadays? Dunkaroos.
Really?
Yeah, that is just raw.
Dunkaroos was prime trade bait at lunchtime.
Yeah, now it's just raw sugar. It's just
Oh.
sugar. That's
There's no flavor to
no,
it.
it is raw sugar. Not as good as remembered.
That's disappointing. What else isn't good anymore? Speaking of those flaky toaster pastries, the breakfast ones that have like the bacon and scrambled eggs in them and cheese.
I didn't know they had them.
Oh, they have those.
Yeah,
They still do. Don't get them.
yeah.
They taste like death. Like I'm convinced that the cheese is not actual cheese, the
Probably
eggs are
not.
not actual eggs, and the bacon is not actual meat.
Yeah. Like all three ingredients come from the same source, whatever that source is.
And it's plastic. It's made of plastic. They're made out of fossil fuels.
yeah, I believe it.
Justin Garber.
Justin Garber.
That was that little bastard's
Oh,
name.
you found him,
Oh
man!
I hit up the connections.
You found him.
Said, you guys remember that kid who was throwing like fucking 80 miles per hour in Little League. And the first message I got back, Justin Garber, fuck him.
Who was that from, though?
Brandon Hretzky.
Okay.
Yeah. Zaretsky might have been on my team at one. No, he wasn't. No, I was thinking Kyle Conway was on my team.
Kyle was on my team, too.
We weren't on the same team, were we?
No. You'd probably beat my ass.
Did you have a bully that was bigger than everybody else?
It's kind of funny you were in sports leagues with both of us back in the day. But we're never on the same team.
Right?
Well, if we all only
league.
played 1 year,
Right. Well, Josh bowled.
and we were all in different years too.
Yeah.
So
I played baseball 1 year. I bowled a bunch of years.
Yeah.
And I played basketball like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about basketball. You might have told me about basketball, and it's just left my head.
I don't even remember how long I played hockey. I know I stopped playing hockey after my knee got fucked up.
Yeah.
I stopped doing everything after my knee got fucked up.
knees are important for athletics.
Yeah. For a lot of stuff, really.
Yep.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Played 1 game of high school football.
High school?
One game?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. 1 game.
What year was that?
Freshman year.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Really?
that's.
Yeah.
What happened?
How'd you keep that shit to yourself?
Well, I don't think we talked to each other until like
Like midway
probably
through that year?
Yeah. Pretty far through the year.
Oh yeah. What? Because what year did you have McConaughey?
Oh no, you know what? It would have been 8th grade, but I was with the, I guess, junior varsity.
Oh, the JV team. Okay,
which had high school kids.
gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Huh.
I played 1 game because went to practice for like a month. I got the shit beat out of me. When I stood on the sideline for like 3 hours, and then I was like, I'm not even gonna get to play.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
Just gonna have to stand here. Like, and I mean it. I guess it makes sense. It's fucking high school level football.
Right.
That's
They're not going to
serious
start
shit.
the middle school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But if you're going to get your ass beat at practice and
Yeah.
then not even get on the field during the game.
it's like I'm not gonna be the fucking warm up dummy for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so yeah, after that I was like, I'm done here.
That's good. It's good you got out of that that whole Middletown football thing.
Yeah,
That's not a good place to be.
would have been terrible
Yeah.
to watch my cousin get gangbanged. And then the whole football team's gonna lie about it because the guy who recorded it. No, it wasn't a gangbang. It was one guy who recorded himself nailing my step cousin, and then he showed it to a bunch of the football team. And that was child pornography.
Yes, it was.
Especially because he wasn't on the football team anymore.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
And the football team lied for him when the police investigated. And now he runs around on Facebook. He's like...
Is he defending the current?
Oh, yeah.
Of
yeah.
course, yeah.
He's super conservative. What you would
It's a
expect
wonder he's not a cop.
Yeah. Just a
predator to be.
Yeah, it's not even just Middletown like high school football or anything. It's like just football in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Because wasn't the whole Sandusky thing at Capitol Campus?
no.
No.
No, I think
State
that was...
College?
Yeah, that would have been a
Okay.
state college.
Okay, never mind.
They don't have a football field at Capitol Campus.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
football
boring.
in general.
Yeah, you do need one of those.
It's such a fucked up culture. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't even say it's football in general. It's like school sports in general.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you hear a lot of like weird shit about wrestling teams.
Honestly, like all kinds of like just completely male-dominated spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like-
yeah, of course.
Like I brought up to one of the guys not a cop. Like that's exactly what happens on police forces everywhere.
Yep.
Is everybody's gonna cover for the guy that fucked up.
Yeah,
Yep.
macho bullshit.
Yeah. Well, luckily we grow up to be pussies.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even remember what led us down that path.
I think
Oh.
King Charles is getting pegged, and then
I wonder what his
Baseball.
name's gonna be because you don't keep your same name.
you change your name,
Oh yeah, Queen Elizabeth wasn't born Elizabeth.
so he's gonna be like
they pick a royal
like
name when they
King
get-
Bronson or some shit.
Yeah, she was a Gertrude.
I wouldn't be surprised if Prince Charles went with like a name that has a bunch of people with that name already, like
So he's the whatever.
like George the Sixth or something.
That's fucking dumb.
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna pick my name.
I mean, 5 people did it before him.
Yeah,
Like,
they were dumb too, but
true.
I would be Henry VIII.
Josh,
Like-
I hate to tell you this.
yeah, but there are UV Henry at least the 9th.
yeah.
Nope. Henry VIII I am.
Okay.
My king name is Henry VIII. Officially, I'm King Henry VIII the 9th.
what if Prince?
Or it'd be like King Henry VIII the 1st, because your name is Henry VIII. Like Charlemagne the God or whatever that guy's name is.
I don't even know how we would rustle that name. It's been so long.
Let's not think about it. That'll be a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
What if Prince Charles got coronated and chose for his like royal name to be George V? And people were like, yeah, but like the last king was George V, and he's like, I'm also
Yeah.
George V, and they're like, but you can't have the same name as that other guy. He's like, no, I'm also that other guy. They might rethink the monarchy then.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, he could be King Elizabeth.
King Elizabeth I. Or would you be King Elizabeth III because there have been 2 Elizabeths already?
Ah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
translates in the royal
that
family.
is
But there have
is
been
a
no King Elizabeths yet.
yeah.
Right.
That's where we got to get to the bottom of the rules.
Yeah. Somebody's
it-
gonna have to make a
is
make a
it-
call on that. I don't think it's on the books.
No, I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
Is it name or is it title name
Yeah.
that matters?
Yep. I bet it's the name.
It's got to be the name, right? Because
Yeah.
because if you had like a prince or a something named George,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be like Prince George the Third.
Well, you don't get the number if you're
Ah,
a prince because the
okay,
prince isn't
okay.
important until they
Yeah,
become
fucking
king.
shitty ass princes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck princes.
Yeah, fuck it. Except for Prince.
Except for Prince.
Except for his royal badness.
Right. Look, that's a man who knows what it sounds like when doves cry.
Exactly.
So, Casey sent me a great. I want to call it a meme, but it's not. It's a screenshot from like Tumblr. But it was a whole conversation, and somebody was like, "So like, there's the whole mythology of King Arthur, that he's the once and future king, and like a lot of people to this day still purport to believe that King Arthur is not actually dead. One day he's going to come back from Avalon and assume the throne again.
Yeah.
Like
Like Jesus.
That's the Arthurian legend, right? Basically,
Jesusian legend.
yes. And they're like, has anybody ever actually tried to pull that? Like
I'm
the
King
monarch
Arthur.
dies and they show up to the coronation with a sword and they're just like, nope, I'm Arthur, I'm here to be king again. How do you test that? This implies, like, the fact that people actually believe that this is a thing that could happen implies that, like, Parliament has, like, a secret picture of what Excalibur actually looked like somewhere under lock and key just to be used in the case of somebody claiming to be King Arthur. And then somebody else chimes in and they're like, yeah, well, I mean, all you have to do is throw it in the lake, and if the Lady of the Lake throws it back to Arthur, then he's legit and he gets to be king. And they're like, yeah,
So
but
you
like
just have to have
that's
somebody-
even more nebulous though,
Yeah.
because we don't know which lake We don't know who the lady is.
Oh, they know.
But, like, there's dispute. There's so much dispute over what lake it is. And so they're like, so basically what we're saying is, all it really takes to become the next king of England is to have a sword, a nearby body of water, and a willing female acquaintance. There's a lady in that lake, and she did throw... It doesn't even say Arthur has to catch the sword. She just has to wing it at him. And the last post is...
But then you risk killing your future king.
Right.
The king is dead. Long live the king.
Whoops. Well, he did come back.
Yeah. Just didn't last very long.
Technically, from the time that she threw the sword back to him until he bled out, he was king again. Not very long may he reign.
Yeah.
But the last comment in the thread was basically somebody being like, so what you're telling me is that strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. And I'm like, wow, I read this whole thread and did not expect it to turn into a Monty Python joke.
I knew where it was going before we got there.
Didn't see it coming until I finished reading that last sentence. Midway through the sentence, I was like, wait a minute.
I like the idea of them having
Stop
a
me
box.
if I heard this one.
Them having a locked box somewhere with an image of what Excalibur looks like. But nobody opens it because if somebody knew what was in that box,
They could then
they
impersonate.
could fake it.
Yeah.
And they open it up and it's like a crayon drawing of a sword. It's like a caveman drawing of a sword.
Oh, man.
Wow, I didn't know people actually believe that shit.
Yeah,
news
I mean,
to me.
I doubt
I'm sure
it's a majority.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure it's...
It doesn't surprise me.
No,
Nothing
no, exactly.
really surprises me anymore.
I'm
especially when it comes to things that people believe.
Yeah, I think it's more I'm surprised that I didn't believe that people believe that, I guess is the more accurate statement at this point. It had never crossed my mind that
But once it's pointed out, you're like, fucking of course they believe that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I told you guys I work with a guy and found out he believes in vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that he is one.
Maybe one. He was a little coy about that when he was talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be.
Yeah.
I have been drinking a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And I'm not even throwing up all that much anymore.
I've become blood adapted.
I believe he was also... Because, of course, when you're a vampire, you also have had a Bigfoot experience. Because why limit yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Why limit
if
yourself?
you are yourself a cryptid,
yeah, exactly.
you might as well meet the others.
Yeah. That's, it's part of the cookout, you know?
The Cryptid Cookout.
Cryptic.
Yeah.
Now that's an album title.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
That's an album title right there.
Ooh.
Cryptic Cookout. Or fuck for it. Not that they're a thing anymore. That'd be a great name for a compilation album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Butt Peg Records presents the Cryptic Cookout. That's good.
I wouldn't mind putting together a compilation.
Metal Blade Records.
I'll just go through my music collection and pick out all the songs
Make it
that are
up.
about cryptids
Yeah, there you go.
and just put it on
That's
a
the
CD.
playlist.
Put it on a CDR. Call it the Cryptid Cookout.
Yeah, no. I put together a spiffy compilation once upon a time.
I still have it.
What was that?
Tunes from the Crypt.
Tunes from not
Ooh.
not what you're so what were not something from the crypt. What I forget where you.
I
I forget you had a.
There was a rationale behind
had a
it,
whole
but it's long
spiel.
since left my
Yeah,
mind.
he had a whole spiel about it. I still have it. I think
Is it
I
a
have,
Spotify playlist now?
I don't use Spotify. Spotify.
Spotify.
Spotify.
If it was Spotify, I would.
Yeah, I don't use Spotify.
Spoofy.
Tunes from the Crypt on Spiderfly Records.
Yeah. I think I have the playlist in my Plex.
I'm going to call mine Tunes from the Cryptid Cookout.
That is not my Plex.
Oh, fucking Plex.
Uh-oh. What happened with Plex? Oh,
You guys already saw what happened with Plex, man. I was pissed.
I
I
did want to
don't
ask,
blame
do you
you.
know for sure it was Kathy?
Oh, yeah.
It
Because,
had to be.
well, there was that huge data breach with Plex a couple weeks ago.
True.
No, it was Kathy.
Okay.
They did say that the passwords that they got access to were all still encrypted, and they didn't get access to like the
Raw text.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Jeez.
started with Kathy watching Plex at her place. Then she gave the password to her son so they could stream stuff for their kids. And it just
Jesus.
spread.
What is on your Plex for kids?
I have a bunch of like animated
Oh,
movies.
Like Studio Ghibli stuff.
Yeah.
They're like old cartoons and shit.
Uh,
I mean, mine
like some
perfect for
Pixar
kids.
and whatnot.
Mine's perfect.
oh, you got all the fucking Chipmunk movies and
Yeah,
everything on
yeah,
yours.
exactly.
But yeah, what started as it stays in this house, she got it, and fucking everyone had it in the span of days. I didn't even know multiple people can be on the same account at once, and
yeah.
Yep.
You can.
Yeah, because if you're watching in, like in our house, if I'm watching in the living room and Dee's upstairs, there you go.
Mhm.
yeah, it makes sense.
And it's a free service unless you choose to pay for Plex Pass. So like, why would they restrict it?
Yep. So,
Did you change your dad's password?
oh yeah,
Yeah. What did your dad have to say about it? Or did you not even mention it to him? You changed it?
oh no, I
back
told him.
in?
I just said you're gonna have to change all your other passwords because I have no
Who
idea
knows what else she
who
has?
she gave this out to.
Uh-huh.
But if you've used that password for other things, which knowing him, he almost certainly has.
Uh-huh.
It's like who knows who has it.
Mm-hmm.
They could get into your Amazon.
I hadn't even
your
considered
email,
that,
your
but that's an
whatever.
excellent
Oh yeah,
point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So fucking. Even if he had just given it to her and been like, "You can watch this at your house," I mean, I'd have still been pissed about that because fuck her.
Fuck Kathy, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm never going to get over how she acted when
Yeah,
fucking Coco
absolutely,
died. Like,
absolutely not. Fuck it.
No, that's not
that grudge
forgivable.
is still.
Even if she were to come to her senses and like sincerely apologize for it, I don't know that I would forgive her for that.
Yeah, well, she's never gonna come to her senses.
No.
Exactly.
I don't think she has
We don't need to
senses
even
come to.
entertain that thought exercise.
But
This
like,
is not in the cards.
even if he had just given it to her and been like, "You can watch this at your house," you would think that means, okay, I'm not going to give this password out to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
It's a password.
You would think,
Nope.
but that's the thing. You would think.
Yeah.
It's like Sam commented, man. Boomers, when they find out about the streaming service.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like stolen cable boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what
It's like a descrambler.
Yeah.
That's why I got kind of annoyed when I went to my mom's house.
Mhm.
I had set her up an account, and when we logged into her TV, it wasn't the account I set up. It was my cousin's. And she was like, well, it's so I could see his friends. You know, he has friends that download stuff, so I could watch their stuff. I was like, okay, but who's using your account?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never gave him access. I have no problem giving him access. He never asked.
Yeah.
It never came up. All he had to do was ask. But he signed her out of it and then signed in on his machine to her account so he had access to mine. I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, just ask. Don't
Yeah.
be shitty and shady about it.
Yeah.
And like you think that I'm not gonna notice.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I log all that shit.
Yeah.
In fact, I haven't set. Yeah, I think it is set up. In fact, at the end of the year, you're gonna get a Spotify thing saying what you watched on my plays.
You're gonna get your annual roundup.
Yeah, like
from the Plex.
because I was just fucking around with plugins.
I mean, I've been like playing about that with people too. Like, people have said, "Hey, my friend really wants to see this movie. Can you invite them to your thing?" It's like, yeah, sure, that's no problem, because you know
Yeah.
who's using it.
Exactly.
And if they turn around and start fucking sharing that with everyone, then I'd be like, all right, they're done.
It's easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, every time you look at the dashboard of your Plex, it will show who's streaming what at that moment.
Yeah.
So, like, if you happen to notice, oh, this same user is streaming, like, 3 different things.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah,
big
goodbye.
red
And
flag.
that's what I
That
was
user doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I was running into.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's a lot of things being streamed at fucking 2 in the morning.
On my
What the
dad's
fuck?
account.
Yeah.
And he's not awake.
Yeah. No, that's fucked up.
Mm.
I wonder if you can limit accounts to like concurrent streams.
Well, maybe.
might be a Plex
It
Pass
might
feature,
be.
though.
Yeah. I mean, I pay for Plex Pass.
So do I. Yeah,
I've never seen that option. You might even need to use plugin for that.
probably. Yeah, it's like $35 a year to get.
I got the
Fun stuff
lifetime.
every week. Yeah, so did I.
After
I
like
think
a
I
year,
did,
I was
yeah.
just like, "Fuck it, I'm
Yeah.
gonna use this until it doesn't exist
I
anymore."
held
so.
on. I fought Plex for the longest time. Not
It's really good now.
not using it.
Yeah.
Just I was a Kodi/XBNC
Sure.
user. I love the configurability, and every time I get a new device, I set up this cool, and I never use it. So
Yep.
I'm just like, fine.
Well, there's a Plex. There's a Plex app for Kodi now.
Yeah, exactly. You can use that as the library. So it's
Guess who wins?
yeah. You would bother anymore.
I actually set up that Raspberry Pi in that case that's right in front of the TV over there is an XBMC.
Mhm.
Well, it's OSMC now.
Yeah.
Is the name of the OS, and it runs on Kodi.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I'm going to use this to replace the Chromecast that we use. No, I'm fucking not. The Plex app's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not fine. It's fine for watching video. It doesn't work to play music.
That's weird.
For some reason, and the app is developed by Plex.
Yeah.
So, like, it should work, but it hasn't for a long time. It just will not play music. And I'm like, all right, well, we don't listen to a whole lot of music. Let's see how YouTube and, like, Pandora and Spotify and all that work on this.
No. Yeah, because it's all
It's all
developed
yeah.
for the most part.
It's like API calls
Yep.
that you're doing from the Kodi menu,
Mhm.
so it doesn't even look like the apps that you're used to, and it
Yeah.
doesn't have the functionality. So I'm like, well, I guess we're not doing that.
Kodi was great for years until Plex forked and
When
became
when
better.
Xbox Media Center first became a thing,
Oh, yeah.
on like the original Xbox,
Yeah.
that was the most amazing thing. That
Yeah,
ever
that's where
happened.
that's where I learned like I saw it on you first of all on your Xbox, and then when I got one, I hacked it, and that's what I used until. At first, I had a DVD player that could play XVID and DivX files,
Okay.
and then I hacked the Xbox and XBMC, and then HD came along, and that kind of stopped it. No, MP4 wasn't even HD. You can't decode MP4s without burning up.
Yeah.
So I started branching out. But the only thing I use Kodi for anymore is I have Plex BMC on a Raspberry Pi for the analog out, so I can watch stuff on my
Oh, okay.
CRT.
Huh.
That's it.
Oh, fucking
And that
Raspberry Pi
Turns on and off all the time.
Oh, really?
I hate that.
Mm. Yeah.
The button needs replaced, and I'm like, oh, great, risk my life to change the button there. I mean, I've taken one apart before. I know how to do it safely, but like, it's like,
What's a Raspberry Pi?
No, the TV.
Oh, the TV. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how to do it safely, but
You still shouldn't.
yeah, exactly. It's not worth it.
You know how to do it safely, but can you, though?
I mean, I did it once. I did do it once.
It's a risk every time.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
You never know when you might slip up and fucking electrocute
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. It's not a great situation. And I got I have the video on my phone of when I turned it on for the first time. It's a 50-foot electric cord. And went outside the garage because I was trying to replace caps on the main board of a CRT. And I plugged the TV in out there, and I came around, and then I went, because I had a long-ass cable, and I plugged it in. I was recording it to see, like, okay, is this thing going to explode? It's got to be outside when I do it. I don't know what's going to happen.
And if it explodes, I want a video of it.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
When I had that arcade cabinet, I mean, I still have the cabinet.
Yeah.
I gutted it, but when it still had that CRT monitor, the arcade monitor,
Yeah.
the monitor itself was junk.
Yeah.
But like it technically still turned on. So I'm like, well, I've got to discharge it and then take it out and throw it away. So I had like a 1-inch dowel.
Yep.
With a butter knife taped onto the end of it, with a grounding wire going from the butter knife, like just like wrapped around the butter knife and taped into place, going onto whatever I grounded it on, and I'm just like standing back there, I'm just like,
you're like,
and it did almost nothing. It was
mine. I haven't mine. The one that I was never made a sound, but I was just like, well, this is how I go.
And everything turned out better than expected. That's a healthy amount of fear when you're working with that kind of voltage, though.
Won't stand in the box for a pitch, but
you're right.
You'll risk electrocuting yourself to death.
That was fun throwing that monitor away, though, because I mean it's just the tube.
Yeah.
Like there's no casing around it because it's not supposed to be. It's not a consumer product, so they don't care. So I was just like, all right, whatever. Schlepped it downstairs, went over to the dumpster, popped it in. Thing fucking exploded inside the dumpster. I'm like, oh, I'll close the door and hope the dust settles before anybody gets close to it.
Well,
that's probably a felony.
That's some.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially for the CRT Collective on Facebook.
Oh my god.
I'm on there just for entertainment at this point.
Those folks are entertaining.
I did not put together any Floridas for this week.
Okay.
I spent about an hour looking, and I talked about it when we started recording again. Been running into a lot of trouble finding like fun articles
that aren't from Florida.
Yeah, Florida is still a fucking majestic shithole of.
We're just gonna have to learn counties at this point. We're gonna have to happened in Tallahassee or whatever.
The rest of the country,
Broward County,
basically equates to Republicans won't let a 10-year-old who got raped get an abortion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, and that's like every news is this stupid now.
It is a little bit heartening to hear conservative people say things like, I mean, I don't know about that Doug Mastriano because he doesn't want any exceptions for abortion access. If my teenage daughter got knocked up, he would make her give birth. And it's like, yes.
Yeah, that's
yes,
the issue.
he would. That is the problem.
I had
I'm glad you get it finally.
Yeah.
I had a pro-lifer at my door the other day. There's no like real funny conversation or anything like that. You know, I opened the door to see who rang the bell, and they gave me a door hanger saying that Shapiro and Fetterman are too extreme because they don't want limitations on abortion. And the lady said, "Are you pro-choice?" I said, "Yes." It's none of my fucking business. Just like it's none of your fucking business.
Yeah.
I shut the door, and that was it.
I don't know if I could be that calm. It's very hard for me right now.
Throw it back in their face. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Just like looking at that thing, they don't want limitations. Well, neither does fucking Mastriano.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
the other way around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like their lack of limitations are to cover the bases that your people are fucking taking.
Was it a woman, man or a woman at the door?
It was a woman.
Yeah, okay. If it was a man, you should have been like, if I brought you in my house right now and knocked you up, you wouldn't be able to get an abortion. You're like, oh man, this is a crazy person. How about I do that right now?
It was one of those things where like I walked around steaming for like the next 2 or 3 days.
Oh yeah, it's infuriating.
It's like they're out there actually fucking winning people over like this.
Well, and it's interesting that they're taking that tactic too, because that's the entire strategy of the Democrats is to say like he's too extreme because he doesn't want any exceptions, and they're just like, no, you.
It's so you stand there and you want to be like, do you know the fucking lengths people are going because of what Republicans are doing right now?
The shit's already horrifying.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Florida is becoming, because, like I said, while you can still find like hilarious Florida headlines, more and more often, all the headlines for everything else around the country is, look at what this fucking stupid Republican is doing.
Yeah, because there's just more important things to report on than
you gotta go outside
silly people
the
breaking into Dunkin' Donuts.
Go outside the country.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. We're gonna have to do other countries. I saw one from maybe Japan or China. This is an Asian country. It was like guy on meth crutches into drunk driver, and they both did something.
Take turns pegging each other.
Got arrested for possession of another drug.
You got your meth in my booze. You got your booze on my meth.
Yeah, and they both got arrested for possession of some other drug or something.
Oh my god!
No, I saw that someone from Nigeria someone got arrested for smuggling. What was it, like goat penises from Nigeria into China?
Yeah, they'll eat anything over there. Give you power.
Goat penises.
Yep.
I think they were goat penises.
Like the animal, and not like penises that were the greatest of all time.
Correct.
Or the penis of the god of all Texas.
Oh no, not.
I forgot all about him.
Oh man.
I don't think he'd give me.
Do you know? He popped back into my head in the weirdest way a couple weeks ago. I was like in the living room and I like shook. And like my hips bounced, and I felt my dick bounce, and I started bouncing.
Can you quack?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And of course, when she came in, it was like, D, do you remember this? Can you quack? She's like, dear God.
Kenneth, I'm calling the attorney. Those boys have been a bad influence on you for too long. Them boys.
Yeah.
I recommend not looking up what the goat is up to.
I don't want to know.
Days.
No, I don't want to know.
Yeah, no.
I do not want to know.
You're not going to be enthused about any of it.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
And I figured as much.
Yeah.
But anyway, we do have joke of the week.
Okay.
So,
Here, in its natural habitat, on a tiny islet off the coast of Belgium, we observe the majestic and elusive joke of the week.
Little Timmy is lost in a minefield. Where is Little Timmy?
Vietnam.
He's all over the fucking place. Joke of the week, everyone.
Oh.
But you cannot fuck around with...
You're fired, Adam. You're all washed up in this business.